Hi, this is Gary Ceres again. I am running for the 3rd Congressional District seat here in North Carolina, and I want to discuss with you today an issue of major import to eastern North Carolina, and that is our hog farms. Our hog farms have been under assault in this state for the last decade, and it's getting worse. In 1984, there were approximately 15,000 hog farms. By the end of the 90s, we were down to only 2,300 hog farms. At the same time, the industry has increased the amount of revenue that is coming into the state to $2.5 billion of tax revenue that has been generated by the pork production industry. And the pork production industry currently employs about 46,000 jobs statewide, and about 13,000 of them are directly employed in our hog farms themselves. And a large portion of them are in eastern North Carolina, and a large portion of that is in our 3rd district here. And something that has been completely ignored during the course of this campaign has been the impact of lawsuits on our hog farmers. Our hog farmers have been decimated by lawsuits from neighbors who are largely coming from out of state and from other areas and moving into rural areas near hog farms. What they're doing is they're filing class action suits against the hog farms to try to shut them down. And the State Department of Environmental Quality has been also attacking hog farms with increased regulations and refusing to issue certain permits for expansion. All this is hampering employment here in the state, and it's also affecting the hog farm industry's ability to expand. Considering that we are number 2 in the nation behind Iowa for hogs and hog production, this is a major impact on our local economic status. And what is happening is that once these hog farms leave an area, there's a hole in the employment gap. And that filters down all the way through our entire system to the revenue that is collected locally for our schools, for our jobs, for our lower income individuals, as well as for middle income individuals. And we are under assault because of these lawsuits. And what I'm proposing is that if elected to Congress, I will seek federal legislation to protect the right to farm. Farmers are the basis of our agricultural industry here in the state, and especially here in the 3rd district. And I know that this directly impacts every single person in this district. Whether directly because of employment in the hog farm industry or through ownership of farms, or indirectly because, like I said, that tax revenue filters down to all of our public services here. And we're allowing these environmental regulations and these lawsuits to kill our farms. And that is why I support federal legislation to protect the right to farm and to stop these lawsuits. We have to do something, and we have to do something quick before we lose more farms and we lose more people that are employed on these farms and in the pork production industry. So I ask you to consider that when you go to cast your vote, and I ask you to consider that this is something that affects us directly here in eastern North Carolina, and that is something that I will fight for if elected. Thank you.